Reginald Grant from ADT. Reg's been in sales and marketing for over 35 years. He started his career in retail management for 6 years. During that time, he was in 3 states, 6 different stores, Washington, Idaho, and California. Then went to work for Puget Sound National Bank and the CCD department. He was there 4 years as a loan officer. In '92, he was offered a position in Omaha, Nebraska with Sitel Corporation as a director of quality assurance. He was at Sitel for 12 years and was promoted several times. 2003, he was recruited by Agon direct marketing sales in Plano, Texas. 9 years as an international marketing manager. He was responsible for Europe and Latin America. Reg and Teresa, his wife of 31 years, decided to move back to Washington. They have 2 children and 3 grandkids. Reg started with ADT in 2013 in the custom home division. He specializes in residential, small business, and commercial security systems and video surveillance. So if you think there's somebody watching, it's probably Reg. Reg Sawyer.
Thank you. Well, how many presentations have I done since I've been here? I think this is like the 3rd or 4th one maybe. So I like to try to change it up from time to time. This is a good crowd today. I think everybody's here except Barney.
Yeah.
This is great. And we're just going to continue to fill this room up. We got a few other chairs left. Fill up. I think only about 10. Just a little something.
I'm already clients.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I appreciate yours. Today what I want to do is just talk basically, again, why it's important to have a security system. Yes, it's for securing your home, securing your family, feeling safe. There's a lot of different systems out there. At ADT, we offer systems for all size homes, businesses, and commercial. So basically what we like to do is come in, do a review, get an idea what you're looking for in reference to your comfort level. Do you travel, or the kids and the wife home, or vice versa, your spouse home by themselves? So we basically look at it and we want to design the system for you and your family. Starts anywhere from a traditional service level, which is basically the basic system that's going to have your sensors on your doors, window, and a motion detector, going all the way up to where you can actually use your smartphone or iPad to manage your system, getting alerts, knowing when your family comes home. Wireless bookshelf cameras can also be applied to the system, where you can actually see, for example, your kid coming in, they shut the door, lock the door, blah, blah. And also, we have a lot of cars that put it on their pets, believe it or not, and even sometimes the ocean. If they're traveling, they want to see the ocean, okay? Then going to control service level, basically, it's a service level where you can actually turn on and off lights, lamp modules, appliances, switches, remote Z-Way door locks, garage door openers. So that's another part of this security system that we have, this service level. And then, of course, video being our most popular service level, where you can actually, for observation or identification. And the difference between the two, observation is basically you're taking your phone or your iPad, getting the app and just boom, clicking on a particular area, maybe in your front yard, your door, or your backyard. Identification is basically to the extent of recording, where it's actually recording on what we call a NVR, which is a network video recorder. And there are DVRs, which is digital video recorder, but right now going to the NVRs, the most popular, you're basically looking at a picture is looking at HD. Okay. With that, you can, it'll be programming network where you can actually go back and view 2 or 3 days or 7 days or even 2 weeks. It all depends on how much room you actually have on that network video recorder. Network video recorder comes in a 4-channel, 8-channel, 16-channel. So basically you have a 4-channel NVR, you can put up to 4 cameras on your system, and then of course up to 8 cameras in 16. Okay?
When you had the 16, can you kind of sit back in your security room and just look at the grid of all the screens at the same time?
Yes, yes you can.
Nice.
And 4 channels, these are the 4 screens, and then of course you click on it, it brings up just the one screen, one area in your home, okay? So, and the reason I wanted to share this with you guys is just basically, just talking about how the system works. You know, technology changes, as we all know, from year to year. We look up every year, there's a new phone out, or a new phone with different features. ADT does a pretty good job in reference to keeping up with technology. So we want to make sure that we have the best out there for our customers when we're talking about a security system. If you want to take some time and you get a chance, just review, look at this. And of course, if you have any questions, you always give me a call.
I have all the rest of the phones.
Just going back into, I like to talk about objectives of having a system. One, it deters threats. When you have a system, you have a sign out in the front yard, you have window decals. These guys now, if you have 10 homes and say 7 of them have a security system with sign decals and 3 don't, guess what? The guys that are coming in your neighborhood, they're going to go to the 3 that do not have a system. So yes, they steal the signs, put them up in the yard, but these guys now are they're not smart, but they will test, throw a rock through, kick a door down to see if they hear that beep, 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 which counts down to you or your family will and put the code in. The other objective is you want to minimize your loss. I'm the type of person, no matter what you have, how much you have, how big it is, how small, whatever, it's yours. And you've worked for it, and your family's worked for it. So you want to definitely minimize your loss. Some of the stories that I hear going in someone's home when they got broken into or lost something that maybe was sent down to them from their great grandmother. You can't replace them things. You just can't replace them, but still you work hard for it, it's yours. The third objective is avoid confrontation. I like to talk about confrontation because now, it don't matter what time it is. I was at home working in my office just yesterday, and there was this guy that actually, I know he didn't live in the neighborhood. I mean, I'm not saying that, but he didn't live in the neighborhood, and he was basically looking at the houses on the block. And so I looked out my window, and he just basically, he didn't see me, but he just kept going. I don't know if he was with somebody or what. But confrontation, you don't want to go out and confront anybody because you just don't know what state of mind these individuals are in now. In the Pacific Northwest, we have a big problem, which is the drug problem. The meth and heroin is huge. It's a big problem. No matter where you live, from the peninsula, waterfront, gated community, it doesn't matter. So that's where I think a lot of this casing and people breaking in homes in the daytime where we're at work, right? That's when it's happening, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you happen to see someone, you want to call the neighbor, call your spouse, call someone, just to make them aware of what's going on. In our neighborhood, a lot of you may not have, you've heard of Nextdoor. Nextdoor is an app where it's a community app. It's really good, where you can put information on. It's like something like Facebook. And I'm not a Facebook guy and all that, but this app is pretty good because it gives you information of what's going on in your neighborhood. And we have a couple of Gladys in the neighborhood that's on there posting every day. And that's fun. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you want to avoid confrontation for sure. The fourth one is we provide life safety devices, which are smoke detectors and carbon monoxide. If something happened while you were away, we get a signal. We call authorities for you. We don't call you first on your contact list. We'll call authorities first. Okay. And then the fifth one is interactive management. That again is where you have the opportunity to use your smartphone to arm, disarm, your alerts, turn on lights, and that sort of thing. Just a little bit about. I talked about video, but right now the IP cameras are one of the hottest items out there. We have IP cameras at ADT, which are 1.3 megapixel, 2 megapixel, and 4 megapixel. They're very good cameras. It all depends on the distance, anywhere from 95 feet to 98 up to 200 yards. where you can actually really get a good picture. It's very, very, very clear. And all of our cameras are IR cameras, infrared cameras. That's all I have.
So I have a question for you. One of the problems I experienced with a home security system in my last house was, like, every time, well, I don't know if it was when the power went out, because there's battery backups and stuff like that. And it would start, smoke detectors would start chirping every, like, minute and a half when you're trying to sleep.
It was Shelley smoking in the extra room.
Smoking what?
Yeah.
We have, go ahead.
I just got a lot of like quirky things with it that I couldn't figure out, and even calling the company, they're like, I don't know, maybe you got some dust in your smoke detectors and.
One of the things I know that we recommend that you exchange your smoke detectors out every 10 years. Yes, if dust gets into them, it can affect them. But in reference to the battery on the system is fine, right? The battery for the actual system is fine.
Or that is.
Okay. Do you know the last time they exchanged the smoke detector you changed out?
Well, it was a brand new house.
Brand new house?
Yeah, so everything was brand new.
Okay, okay.
And I took all the batteries out, put all the batteries in, and they just kept chirping. I blew out the little sensors in there. It was maddening on some days. And so I didn't know if people experience that same type of deal or.
Usually the smoke detectors that we install in customers' homes, they're programmed to communicate with the security system. So they're separate from the 110 low voltage smokes. I always recommend when you change your batteries, you change them all. Change all your smoke detector batteries at one time. Because you don't want to have a situation where one is going off and then all of a sudden, 2-3 months later, the other one's going off. So I don't know, it may have been the smoke detectors.
If
Maybe
Shane was your
dust.
client, would you guys send somebody out to diagnose things?
Yeah, sure. Matter of fact, we'd be able to look and see the incidents and when whatever device was triggered. So we'll be able to see that information too. Somebody else?
Oh, yeah. So, you speak of cameras again, we've also been talking about Ring kind of a lot recently. What is that whole process with getting the camera doorbell installed and stuff?
The Ring doorbell, we have that that service level is our control service level, where you would have Pulse, which is where you can use your smartphone, and the device will be programmed in the app, where you would actually have it in your Pulse app. Okay, so we can add that to your system, but of course you need to have a Pulse system. That service level. In reference to installation, it's not difficult at all. I know Mandan Company, you guys were doing just the Ring doorbell, correct? As an incentive?
A $30, if you're a
$30 a year, right?
discount, and then a 5% discount on your homeowners insurance.
Don't wait on me. Look at everybody else.
Look at him go. Year into it.
We just moved into a house about 6 months ago. I don't know who was monitoring it before we got there, but I think I told you there's like 8-9 cameras there. There's sensors everywhere. Would you guys have the ability? Do you guys have to replace all that, or do we have the ability to
That's
kind
a
of
great
change
question.
it and everything?
Yeah, that's a great question. What we can do is based on the system, we would look at it, do a review. Okay, it's a hardwired system. We can take over that panel. Okay, some systems we don't have codes to get in. Okay, so we first of all need to identify what system it is. Once I identify it, then we can take it over. We use your same devices that you currently have that are hardwired. Your doors, your smokes, or not your smokes, but your motion detectors, if you have window sensors. Because if it's hardwired, it's all going to that location to control it.
Yeah.
So we would basically upgrade that panel and use the devices to take over. And then we of course look at your touch pads. The reference to the touch pads would come in 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
stay in on it.
Okay.
So, I'm currently renting, so how would it work as a renter? Would I have to get, work through the homeowner to get a system in there?
Yeah, I would probably need permission from the homeowner. If you were, for renters, what we do, we don't poke holes, we can do a system where it's a wireless system, where we don't have to poke, drill holes in the wall. So I think that's where most homeowners or renters, that's where their concern is.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because, we're working on owning our own, but in the meantime, doing something that may not be as, intrusive until.
Check it out.
You still have 6 minutes.
Just, any other questions? Yes.
How big a deterrent or conversely, how big an attraction is the gate of the gated community in terms of gun deterrent? Because where I live, in Lakewood, the Country and Golf Club, gated community. And I'm always hearing about somebody who gets broken into. And I think, what do you do, setting up a flare, come and rob me? What's your take on that? Is the gate of the gated community that big a deterrent?
No, because if they want to get in,
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're gonna follow someone in, they're gonna either walk in. I live in a gated community too, the trust our gated community. So when it's broke, it's open. But bottom line is, I guess, it does help if someone, especially late at night, is not just driving the vehicle in there. I mean, it doesn't matter, gated community really does. I'm working with an association right now that they're gonna put cameras on their gate. Coming in, it's only one way in, one way out. So they're gonna put cameras, a couple cameras on the gate just for verification.
Yes. Do those cameras have the ability to record too for reference after, or are they just live?
Live, it's on motion,
But will they record for review after something's happened?
yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How long do the recordings last? Was there like a week and then it records over
There's,
itself?
yes, it's two, we have 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte.
Got everything.
So of course, if it is full, then it just records over.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you have something that you need to put on a backup on you can put it on backup on the system or put it on a USB port.
You can
Stick, I
archive
should
it
say.
at your will.
Yeah. Isn't this nice? You guys getting all this stuff today?
Wow.
This is Christmas.
Give us a
Here's
hammer
a
back.
question for you. Social media is such a big thing now, and you see people saying, hey, have you seen this guy? We saw him rob this store, or whatever. Do these people have the ability through your system to actually take a clip
Yes.
of somebody and like use it on social media?
Well, yeah, well, you can actually, there's a clip, that you can take a clip. Again, that's totally, if you want to put it on social media. I mean, I know on Nextdoor, we've had pictures of different cars, vehicles, vans, just for a lookout.
And would I get like sued by the person that robbed me because they didn't get consent to like?
Privacy. That would be funny, but that's probably gonna happen, yeah.
They just keep coming out more.
That's true, man.
Interesting enough, there was on the news this morning, local news, it showed a young guy who was posing as a pizza
guy,
delivery guy. And it looked like the system they had was the camera through the peephole, and they had the video of it. And the guy stood up there for, a couple of minutes, like waiting for the door to open up, and nobody opened the door. And so he just bent down, picked up the FedEx package, put it underneath his pizza box, and waved him. Wow. And they said that this guy's hit like 5 or 6 times. I figured they're gonna get him with all the photographic you know, evidence they got, but.
Bennett?
Yes, sir. What? Sorry. I'm trying to get the drawing ready.
This is
I'm
your
sorry.
daughter, please.
Oh, yes.
You guys notice I didn't go to the guys, you know. Nothing wrong with that, but you know.
Thank you.
So, there's always new stuff coming out, like Ryan just said, new gimmicks. So what are like some of the things that maybe we can watch? So anything new that you've seen that we should like be aware of? This just started happening maybe somewhere else, and maybe they'll try it in our area.
Well, we all know about the packages, talking about people that incidents, right? That
Yeah, anything.
your packages, man.
There's always some new scheme.
Scheme.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, one of the things I always like to tell my clients is shred everything. Shred everything. If it's a magazine, if it's something, junk mail, shred it. Because these guys will find it some way. Of course, your packages, either have it sent to your work or your PO box. Other than that, there's nothing that I know of right now that's pretty much out there.
So Kevin, you talking about like people who are doing more face-to-face casing? Like, are there currently people coming to your door saying, hey, I'm so-and-so
Oh,
from
yeah,
here and
yeah.
here? And
They're knocking on your door, yes, that goes on. They're knocking on the door and saying they're come to do a survey. So you want to be very cautious of that. Don't ever let anybody in your house, especially if you don't know that, they're coming with that.
They will steal mail right out of your mailbox too.
Yes.
I got a call a couple of months ago from a detective in Grant County, and they had a bunch of my mail in Wenatchee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
In Wenatchee.
in Wenatchee.
Wow.
You left it there while you were robbing places,
I like the one
Still
that,
bringing his alibi.
that a guy knew his dog was doing stuff in the house, so he had a camera set up. And he says that lunchtime, he decided to check on his dog. And he says, while I'm watching my dog, in through my doggy door, come this lady. She could get in, she went up to the door, unlocked the door, and her boyfriend came in, and they both went upstairs to rob him. So he called the police, and they caught him in the house.
Okay.
And I thought, he's checking on his dog, but here she comes through the doggy door, and they caught him, thanks to the camera.
The dog barked.
I can't remember that part, but yeah, it was really funny that.
Well, thanks for your time today. Thanks for the opportunity. If I can help you, please let me know.
How far is your area that you serve?
As far as, I go Maple Valley, Lake Ridge Island, as far as Quail, and then I go as far as Vancouver, Washington.
Lakewood, he goes to Lakewood.
Lakewood. Where do you live?
I live by the lake.
I'm always in Bonnie Lake. Always in Bonnie Lake. No, I go to Bonnie Lake.
We don't have any theft in Bonnie Lake, though, so.